Terence Crawford has some questions for Canelo Alvarez. It sounds like he's almost accusing him of ducking or asking and pandering to the fans what they think about it. He brings up Errol Spence and a previous statement from Canelo Alvarez, but your boy Ego is going to break it all down. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, you guys see above me, there should be a tweet. This tweet comes from Terence Crawford, 2X Undisputed. He says, LOL, what's y'all thoughts on Canelo saying he can make a fight with Spence at 160 pounds, but for me, he say, I can't make the weight. Wouldn't make a difference, just a thought. So he's saying it don't make a difference either way. Now, I don't even know where to begin. You guys can listen to me. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Or you can listen to whoever. But the reality is, this is really a non-issue. And I truly feel that Terence Crawford, he almost feels like the whole world's out to get him. You know, like everything is, it's like almost like a sense of paranoia. Like just everybody's out to get him. Nobody wants to give him credit. These types of things. So he's posing this question, which to me, by the end of this video, you will fully understand and see that it's a non-issue. So he's basically bringing up, why is Canelo willing to fight Errol Spence? He was willing to fight him at 160, but he don't want to fight me at 160. So I see people running around saying, oh, Canelo's ducking and this, that, and the third. Because of this, they're saying that, oh man, you know, he has to be ducking. Why is he willing to do this for one guy but not the other? Let me explain. So first of all, Terence Crawford, I mean, his first mistake was he is responding to a random Twitter page who kind of posed this question. And they played a snippet of Canelo saying he would be willing to fight Errol Spence at 160 pounds. And the ironic thing is, Terence Crawford is constantly like, these YouTubers don't know what they're talking about. YouTube media, why do you guys believe him? He's put out several like almost slanderous tweets against, you know, myself or YouTube media or whatever the case may be, basically saying, don't listen, these guys don't know ish about boxing. But then he's listening, in essence, he's listening to the talking point of a random YouTuber who has less, let's say, overall impressions and subs than somebody like myself. So yes, I can't speak for every YouTuber, but I know me, I know I'm the best in the business and I know my reach. So why is it okay to listen to the talking point and somebody playing this clip? And I'll tell you why this is going to be a mistake. I didn't want to do this, but y'all made me. But I'll explain why it's a mistake. So taking shots at YouTubers, and these YouTubers don't know anything, but you're recycling the talking points of a random Twitter page who's posing this question. Why is he willing to make the weight 160 for Errol Spence, but not Crawford? First of all, it really doesn't even matter, because if he's not willing to make the weight, he's not willing to make the weight. It don't matter what you say. He's the A side and he's not going to make the weight. So just based on the fact of Canelo being the A side off of a good performance versus Jermell Charlo, that whole question and posing the question via tweet that you guys see is neither here nor there. The A side is not going to make the weight despite whatever was said in the past. But this is one of the things. Terence Crawford, he's associating himself with the random Twitter page, and I'll show you what the problem is. Boom. So the Twitter page posted this snippet, and this is the video in question, or that's being referenced, and Canelo made the statement about, yeah, I'll fight Errol Spence. He was asked by Fight Hub TV, would you fight Errol Spence? He said yes, he would be willing to fight Errol Spence. And he says at 160 would be good, knowing that Errol Spence is a welterweight, right? So this is what he said at the time. One big problem. Let me explain. Ego Forensic Files is back. if you look at Canelo, you look at the backdrop that's behind him, right? And it says what? Canelo versus Smith. Canelo versus Smith. And it says rematch room, Matchroom Promotions, right? So in Canelo's career, if you do the research and you're so inclined, Canelo has fought two guys with the last name Smith, one being Liam Smith at 154, and then also fighting against his brother, Caleb Smith. This interview is from the Caleb Smith fight because he was with Golden Boy Promotions at 54 when he fought against Liam Smith, the brother, and that fight was on HBO. So you wouldn't see a DAZN backdrop and it wouldn't say Matchroom if this was the first Smith that he fought, which is the brother, Liam Smith. So right then and there, Ego Forensic Files, you could see that Canelo in this fight is from the Caleb Smith fight, right? What does that mean? The Caleb Smith fight took place in 2020, the first year of the pandemic. So the first year in the States where we discovered the pandemic. So this is the statement he was saying in 2020. Right now, we are in 2023, and it's the last few months of 2023 going on 2024. Now you guys can start to see that I'm the greatest and the problem. So the problem is Terence Crawford is going off of a Twitter page who pulled up an interview that's 3 to 4 years old, or just about 4 years old, right? At best 3 years. So at the time, Canelo Alvarez was saying these things about fighting Errol Spence, and he'd be willing to fight Errol Spence at 160. But if it was in 2020, as you guys can see, Caleb Smith, 2020, December is when he fought him. So if the interview was before the fight, which it was promo for the fight, you guys can check it on YouTube, then that means he did this sometime before December 19th. But the year was 2020, so that's like 3-4 years ago. This is before Yildirim fight. It was before Billy Joe Saunders fight, before he unified and became undisputed with Caleb Plant. It was before he moved up to 75 again with Dmitry Bivol and fought Gennady Golovkin at 68, before the John Ryder, and of course before the Jermell Charlo fight. So he's had, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this is the 8th fight because this was before. So basically, since that interview, he's had 8 fights. And we're bringing up something he said. Again, it's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter if he's not willing to fight you at 60, like he said he's not, then he's not willing to fight you. So it's really a non-issue. And for Crawford to almost insinuate as if Canelo is ducking him based on some information that was said so many years ago, as if in the world of boxing, nothing changes. Like 4 years ago, Jose Benavidez could have been at 147 pounds. But fast forward to the future, he's talking about fighting. They're talking about he's fighting at 160 versus Jermall Charlo, or a 68, I believe, is where the fight. So 47 back then, but now he's probably fighting Jermall Charlo at 168. The point being, things change. To further illustrate my point, this is Boxing Insider. They have an interview, and this is why you can listen to Crawford. He said, "Oh, these YouTubers don't know what they talking about." I know what I'm talking about. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know what I'm talking about. This is a Boxing Insider interview from May of 2022. So about 2 years after the statement where he said that he would be open to fighting Errol Spence at 160, about 2 years later, what does it say? Canelo Alvarez open to an Errol Spence Jr. showdown, but only at 168 pounds. So up as far as last year, and there could have been earlier traces of this, but last year, Canelo already told you that he wasn't going to fight Errol Spence at the 160. And he explained that. He says, and I quote, "I don't want to do things like that. a catch weight, 164. Why me? I don't need to do that, right? Ultimately, Alvarez continued to be apprehensive over the idea of squeezing down to 164 pounds. However, he isn't completely eliminating the possibility of a showdown against Spence Jr. if, of course, he is willing to meet him at his natural weight. If he's willing to meet him at his natural weight. And he concludes by saying, yeah, 168, continued Canelo Alvarez. I don't need to do anything like that. So he's saying, I'm the cream of the crop. I'm the A side. I'm putting up the numbers. If Errol Spence wants to fight me, he ain't fighting me at no catch weight. So this has been dead for a minute, and it's really a non-issue. I'm the best in the business. It sounds foolish to try to push this narrative that Canelo, who has 60 plus fights, is ducking somebody who's 21 pounds smaller than him. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Best in the business. I made boxing look.
Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks.
The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.
Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.